East African history. Omukama Kabalega Resisitance. Omukama Kabalega. He was born in 1850 to Omukama Kabalega. He spent his early years in Bulega, where his father had been exiled by a rebellion. From Bulega he got the name Kabalega, meaning someone from Bulega. In 1869 he was involved in a power struggle with his brother Kabagumaya over who should succeed their father. In 1870 he came to power after defeating his brother by using the support of commoners, Langi mercenaries and his father's bodyguards. His problems didn't end with the defeat of his brother, and therefore his early years in power were full of trouble. These ranged from internal rivalry, Buganda's threats, increased European interest in Banyoro, and the need to revive Banyoro's lost glory. He also built a strong army of the Aborisal with 2 regiments of 1,800 men each and armed with guns got from coastal Arabs and Katamas. He expanded Banyoro's boundaries to areas such as Toro, Acholi, Busoga, Buganda and Lango. Kabagaga's imperialism soon landed him into clashes with the British, who were also extending colonial rule in Uganda. In June 1872 he resisted British intrusion when he fought Sir Samuel Baker and his Egyptian allies at the Battle of Isance at the Masindi border. Sir Samuel Baker and his Egyptian allies were utterly defeated, and this dismayed the British. Due to that success, Kabalega then attacked Buganda in the east, which made him face Captain Frederick Lugard and his Ganda allies. At this time he realised that his wars against the British were bound to cause him more problems, and so he opted for peace. He hoped that Sir Samuel Baker would give him military support against Buganda. Sir Samuel Baker told him that he would only offer his support if Kabalega accepted Egyptian protection, which Kabalega refused. He even refused to sign the Treaty of Protection with Sir Samuel Baker. East African history. Omukama Kabalega Resisitance. Kasagoma met Lugard on his way, who gave him support, and he managed to defeat Kabagaga's forces, and Kasagoma was restored back to power. A number of forts were built along the Toro-Banyoro border to protect Kasagoma against attacks from Kabalega. Later Kabalega attacked these forts and deposed Kasagoma again. In 1894 Lugard led a force of European, Sudanese and Ganda mercenaries, and they attacked and defeated Kabalega. Kabalega abandoned his capital at Mparo and retreated to Budongo Forest. The British under Colonel Colville occupied Banyoro and installed his son Kitahimbo as the new Omukama. In Budongo Forest, Kabalega continued with his resistance using the guerrilla tactics of hit and run. In 1895 he successfully defeated the British and Ganda forces in Masindi. It was Simic Akingulu who defeated him in Budongo Forest, and he fled to Lango in northern Uganda. In Lango he was joined by Mwanga, who was also running away from British imperialism in Uganda. The two continued with their resistance by using a guerrilla war tactic against British rule. However, in Lango, the two were betrayed by local chiefs who reported them to Semain Akingulu. They were captured on 9 April 1899 at Kangai in a swamp near Lake Kyoga. Akingulu brought them to Kampala and handed them officially to the British, who deported them to Seychelles Island in the Indian Ocean. Even in exile, the Banyoro continued looking at Kabalega as their hero and pressed for his return. While in exile, he converted to Christianity and was baptized Johanna. Later on, he was allowed to return as a commoner, but he didn't reach Banyoro. He died at Mpima, New Guinea on 7 April 1923 at the age of 75. He was buried at Mparo in present-day Hoima district, and he was remembered as an African hero who staged a serious resistance to the British occupation of his area.